This is the 2024 Hyundai Santa Fe Hybrid Caligraphy. Is it worth your consideration? Hey everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. I hope you're having a great day. Today I borrowed this Santa Fe Hybrid from my friends at Mike Morgan Hyundai in Shreveport, Louisiana, and I am going to tell you all about it. If you want to know more, maybe come in and buy this model, check out the link down in the description of the video. And I have the engine turned on because I wanted to see if I could get these vents to open right here. Normally they're closed, but they open based on what the vehicle needs. I had somebody one time who said they only open when the vehicle is in motion. As you can see, that is not true. So that's what we have. Forward-facing camera right here and a lot of nice lighting all over the vehicle, and it would help if I turned those lights on. So I did. That way you can see everything that's here. Tell me what your thoughts are on having the H pattern right here with the daytime running lights and the turn signal indicators. That flickering effect is not really happening. That has to do with my camera. So for those who ask, how do I make my lights do that? Well, you don't. And you probably wouldn't want to because you'd probably get pulled over anyway. That might not be a good thing. And you can see that the lighting works its way all the way across the front grille right here. That's part of the nice thing about having that flickering effect, is that you can see what the lights are, where they are, and what's on and what's not. So a very nice look. Obviously fully redesigned for 2024. Everybody, I think, knows that by now. We will find air curtains right here. You can see the daylight, at least I hope you can, through this area right here. That's gonna help to improve aerodynamics and obviously give you the best gas mileage possible. This model is all-wheel drive. And speaking of that, let's talk about our tire and wheel size. So we're looking at 255 on the width, a 45 series sidewall wrapped around the 20-inch wheels. This exterior color is called Ultimate Red. The interior is gray on gray, and there is your remote. The main thing I know people like to know about with the remote is, does it have a remote start? Yes, it does right there. You can also open the power tailgate and do other things here with the remote as well. So there's a lot going on here. Power adjustable side view mirrors, body colored mirror caps, and the turn signal indicators are built in. They are power adjustable. You can see your blind spot information system right there. A very, very clean look, that's for sure. I like the gloss black trim that works its way all the way around the vehicle. I hope that holds up driving down the road as far as not showing a lot of damage or anything like that. Up top we have the roof rails. And you might say, wow, those roof rails are nice, but they're sure not going to be very easy to access. Well, that just depends. If you don't mind stepping up on this tire, you can do that. And there's actually a grab handle right here that makes that even easier. What you're going to do is actually use this area right here. There's a key you can put in there, or whatever you can get to fit. It doesn't have to be the key, but whatever you can get to fit right there, you can put something in there and turn that, and then you can open that area up. In fact, I'm going to just do that right now with what I have conveniently available. A little bit hard to do with a key that small, but let's do that. And there we go. Now it's open, and all I'd have to do is step up on the tire, reach up here with that grab handle that is nice and sturdy, and I can gain access to that area. And that is on both sides of the vehicle. You will open that or lock it back the same way on both sides. One of the biggest advantages to this new design of the Santa Fe is the fact that the windows are very tall. That makes it very easy to see out of. Now you'll see the hybrid logo back here, H-Track. That's going to tell us that this is the H-Track all-wheel drive system that this model has. Everything looks just right here with the gloss black, the lettering, everything that's in black really works well with this Ultimate Red exterior color. I also like the fact that you do not have an exposed rear window wiper back here, but there is one. It's just hidden away inside of the rear roof spoiler. And if you wanted to see how things look here up front with these vents closed, well, there you go. Now you know. Under the hood is the 1.6 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder assisted by an electric motor. It makes 232 horsepower, 271 pounds-feet of torque, and it's mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission. Let's walk over here and take a look. I don't know how well you can see this, so I'll tell you what the numbers are. MPGs, 35 city, 34 highway, 34 combined, and 2.9 gallons of gas per every 100 miles driven. If you're curious to know, you don't have capless fuel fill right here. You have what I call an old school gas cap, not a bad thing. because I know a lot of you don't like capless fuel fill. And when you fill up, you're filling up a 17.7 gallon gas tank. If you're interested in doing any towing, well, you can tow up to 4,500 pounds with this particular model. Let's open the power liftgate or power tailgate, whichever you wish to call that, and take a look at our cargo space back here. Now, this is a 3-row model. You have 14.6 up to 79.6 cubic feet worth of cargo capacity. You can see that there are a few things sitting back here that will let you see some of the space that you can use. You'll also find a 12-volt power outlet right here. That's going to be useful. Air conditioning vents for 3rd-row passengers. In fact, they also will find a power outlet right here if somebody wants to take advantage of that. Maybe some tailgating, and USB options on both sides as well. And fan speed is controlled back here with that knob. And let's see what your passengers are going to find. There are privacy shades that can be put in place just like that on both doors, or just leave them stowed away like that. Plenty of room here on the armrest. And one thing you'll find here that you don't normally find on an armrest is the control for the heated seats. Don't need that today. We're heading into the 90s. You can also control the power window right there. You can see some of the trim work that is here. And as I mentioned earlier, this is gray on gray interior. These are adjustable seats back here, by the way. As you can see right here, to gain access to the 3rd row, you can push this button up here or the button down here on the side of the seat. But because there's so much back there, I'm not gonna hop back there today. I do have other videos where I do, if you're interested in seeing rear seat space in that 3rd row. Now, one thing you might think, if you haven't looked at the new Santa Fe, is to say, you mean they made all those changes and all you have is a conventional size sunroof? Well, you don't exactly have a panoramic sunroof, but you do have the 2nd sunroof, which I guess is more panoramic size back here than what you have in the front. What's interesting is for this rear sunroof, which is a fixed glass, by the way, that doesn't open, is that you have a power shade. On the front sunroof, you just have a manual shade that can be put in place. Not that it's that big of a deal necessarily. And nothing unusual for Hyundai. We have our controls right here, or should I say our USB ports. Getting ahead of myself, looking at the controls right here as far as that goes, where you can actually adjust the seat. Imagine pranking whoever's sitting in the front seat, at least the kids doing that, moving the seat back and forth, different things you can do. If your kids do that, don't blame me. They didn't hear it from me because they probably didn't watch the video, but you never know. Maybe they did. And then we have our drawer right here, nicely hidden away. Plenty of room. One thing that is still very unusual in the automotive industry is the fact that with this center console, the front seat passengers can easily open that and gain access. So can the rear seat passenger. I really like that because it offers something that's just a little bit different. But if somebody needs something out of that area that's sitting back here, not a big deal at all. And there are armrests here to fold down. And I do like the fact that you can adjust the height all the way, let's see how far we can go, all the way up to that point right there. Kind of hard to tell with the box in the way. But if somebody doesn't like the armrests all the way down like that, well, they have a few options where that's concerned. And what is the sticker price on this model? $50,625 is what you're going to pay. Not too bad at Mike Morgan Hyundai. So let's see what else you get for the price. 2 settings for seat memory right here. If you want to use that, you can control those side view mirrors here, lock and unlock, and control all 4 windows right there. You can see some of the ambient lighting right here. Unfortunately, it's a little bit bright out here today, so not very easy to show that. But you can go in and change to multiple colors that are available. The head-up display is right there. I don't know how well the camera is picking it up, but it is there. It is on this model. And you also have the conventional style rear view mirror, or you can turn the camera function on. You can make a lot of adjustments if you want to where that's concerned. And both screens here are 12.3 inches. The driver's display and the infotainment screen. I like the curvature here because that's angled towards the driver, more of a driver-focused experience. That's always a good thing. And then we're going to have the control here for the exterior lighting and the turn signal indicators to let people know what's going on. In fact, one of the nice things about that is when you turn those on, you get to see the blind spot on the appropriate side of the vehicle. Just makes life a little bit easier. Depending on who's around you, you might want to know That's easy to deal with. Your steering wheel mounted controls are going to be here, and your shifter. Nothing unusual here as far as the shifter goes for Hyundai, but if you haven't seen it before, here's how it works. You're going to pull back to go into reverse. You're going to bump it one time, you can go into neutral, and then you bump it again, you can go into drive. And to go into park, you just push the P right there. Pretty easy to deal with. Controls for your windshield wipers, front and rear window wipers, I should say, right there. And here is the infotainment screen that is very easy to deal with. Depending on what you need to see and what you need to do, no problem. Wireless capabilities for your cell phone as far as pairing goes. And then let's go in here into setup. There's a lot going on here. I'm not going to cover everything that's here, but there is a lot going on. We'll go into vehicle and go over here to lights, because I did say something to you earlier about the ambient lighting. So if you're wondering about the light colors, let's see what we can do here. There are the available colors. So should make it pretty easy to deal with. No big deal, very simple. You can adjust the brightness and all that. Very simplistic as far as that goes. And as far as your cameras go, well, there's what you have. Overhead view is very nice. You're going to have the front and rear cameras. I showed you that rear or front camera earlier. Here are some of the other options that you have as far as what you can see. Side view mirror cameras. There is that front camera again. There is our rear camera with the trajectory lines. And we can also do this, just like Land Rover, which a lot of people say this looks like the Land Rover Defender. Well, it has the basic same camera setup that it does, except I don't think you can do this with the Land Rover Defender as far as the overhead view from this point of view. Kind of interesting to play with. You can almost make somebody dizzy watching this. Hopefully I'm not doing that on the screen for you. We won't try and do that for too long. But there's what you have where that is concerned. You do have your dual zone climate control here in the front. Obviously a third zone of climate in the rear. And you even have multiple driving modes. Let's go through those driving modes. So we're going to start here with Eco. We also have Snow, My Drive, and then Sport. So very easy to deal with. You can use your hunt and peck method to get through everything and figure all of this out. Some of your one-touch buttons are right here. If you want to bring up built-in navigation, there's how you do that. If you maybe don't want to use whatever app is on your phone, you just like the built-in navigation, well, you have that here. That's always nice to know. A lot of people are interested in that. And to get to the cameras, all I did was push that button, and there we go. You can see the cameras now, in case you were curious about that. And we do have our 2 wireless charging pads. This is something that I wish more automakers would do. We're not really seeing this in too many vehicles yet. That day is going to come. But you do have your wireless charging pads here. A couple more USB options as far as that goes. And the cup holders. And here's a quick look into the center console from this angle. Depending on what you need to put in there, you can. In fact, this tray comes out and you can increase space a little bit more. And if you're wanting to see the upper console, here we go. We'll give you a quick look at that. You can see what's up there. Like I said, everything here very easy to deal with. Now, one thing that's very interesting here, first of all, let me show you what we have with the glove box. Plenty of space within there. But if you have something you need to sanitize, this area will take care of that for you. Whatever is going to fit will work. You could put your watch in there, your keys, your remote for the vehicle, your wallet, your shoelaces, whatever will fit. Pretty easy to deal with, pretty easy to figure out. A very nice, well laid out material. It really feels somewhat high-end, I would say. And if you're curious to know how to turn the sanitizer on, the UV sanitizer, this area right here, that button is located here. All you have to do is turn that on, and you can leave whatever it is you can fit in there and need to sanitize in as long as you want to. I think that Hyundai recommends a minimum of 10 minutes. One thing I forgot to mention earlier in the video that you might be interested in is the fact that you have the power folding function with the side view mirrors as well. I don't think I mentioned that when we talked about the mirrors earlier. All right, we're going to get out on the road for our test drive here with the Santa Fe Hybrid and see how things go. Let's get on down the road here and let's listen. You didn't really hear much, but one reason for that is due to the fact that we drove over the railroad tracks right there, an area that I like to use for testing noise coming from the road and also ride quality. And very high marks, I would say, because you didn't hear anything. It was very smooth driving over that area, so good, smooth, comfortable ride quality. The seat for the driver is very comfortable, obviously fully adjustable, so you can adjust that however you need to. And one thing I didn't mention earlier in the video is the fact that, number one, you have a tilt and telescopically adjustable steering wheel. The steering wheel is heated. You have heated and ventilated seats. That's very good, especially if with us being as warm as we are already this part of the year in Northwest Louisiana. And you have all of these great features, so easy to access right down here. And of course, you have all of your safety features, such as your front and rear cross traffic warnings, your blind spot detection. All of that is here. And that great warranty that comes from Hyundai, everything is right, I'd say. A very, very well put together vehicle with a very well put together warranty. And the interior seems to be very comfortable. Now, I haven't gone to great lengths to adjust the driver's seat. I could definitely do a lot more than I have done, but not a big deal. I could adjust it a lot more than I already have. So there's a lot of adjustability left to go here that I haven't taken advantage of, but let's get on down the road here. Acceleration isn't too bad. Get on the pedal and get on down the road and have absolutely no problems whatsoever. Technology is easy to learn and use, which is nothing new for Hyundai. That's been the case for a long time. And I do apologize, speaking of technology, that I wasn't able to get into that dark atmosphere to show you a better shot of the ambient lighting here in the interior. But like I said, I have actually a couple of videos on my YouTube channel where you can see all of that, no problem at all. And one other thing I wanted to mention, with your head-up display, you couldn't really see earlier that you also have traffic sign recognition. It's not just speed limit, it's any sign that's really on the road, whether it's a stop sign or a sign letting you know that there's a crosswalk ahead. There's a lot going on here. A very, very nice interior. Well put together, easy to learn, easy to get to everything. And I think I also forgot to mention earlier that you do have, which I know I mentioned, you have wireless capabilities for your smartphone, but you also have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So tell me what you think about the 2024 Hyundai Santa Fe Hybrid Caligraphy. Is it worth your consideration? I'm always curious to know what your thoughts are. So tell me down in the comments. I do want to say a special thanks to my friends at Mike Morgan Hyundai for loaning me this Santa Fe for the day, and a special thanks to each and every one of you for being kind enough to give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit the like button. That helps me out a lot. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. And if you would like to learn about additional vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and I will see you there.